Good morning. I'm on my patio with my wife beater pajamas on, and I'm just hanging, giving a little bit of the report about how life is right now. And it is that Disclosure Day, the movie came out, and I haven't seen it, but I'm signed up to watch it. And I mean, come on, the real disclosure is that there's an unseen world of demons. When you drink spirits, the alcohol is called spirits for a reason. So when you drink it, it exposes you to the spirit realm. And if you're young and dumb, you'll do something really stupid that might just end your life. So don't mix tequila with guns. And the other thing is that there is what I consider an increased toxicity level when it comes to how I perceive relationships are. And why would you be in one if it's going to degrade you and lower your standard of living? I reflect back on the men that I've had in my life. The second husband who I chose to marry, who I thought was going to be my forever man, he was very toxic. He was very controlling. My body physically was undergoing horrific effects of long-term exposure to such a control freak. Constipation. I didn't have a problem once I left him. Bowel movements were fine. The body will tell you when a relationship SUCKS's. And thank goodness for time and my age, hormones have made it so that MEN are no longer in my life. So I wake up every morning refreshed. I wake up every morning without being harassed. Now, when I was married to my children's father, he had the potential to be a good man, but he was just dead set on being an a-hole and a cocksucker. And that's what he became. And no amount of anything could change the way that man's demeanor was. So he came home angry every day, critical every day, criticizing, always upset. Life dealt him a bad hand, wham, poor me. Rather than, wow, I have a beautiful wife and 2 healthy children, a boy, a girl, 1 of each, woo. No, couldn't do that. No, couldn't have any. He didn't have any gratitude whatsoever. So here we are, all alive, and this is what I keep saying to myself, like, if that damn life review is real, boy, these assholes in for a surprise. when they find out what it was like being married to them. So all you guys on the internet who are like, she deserved it, she must have been terrible, it's like, karma's a bitch. And the life review, it's right, it's accurate, and I'm not worried about mine. Yeah, they say that the body personality is eradicated and that the soul is the thing that is left distilled of its essence is there, and it goes on, and it's like, yeah, love, light, and joy, but here we are on this body. I know all about that bliss. I know the fact that this lifetime is just a split second on the other side, and yet we're here, and it goes on and on and on. And for those of us with limited incomes and no 401ks, we just don't know how much longer we can handle it. It's like, why would our money get run out before our boredom sets in? I mean, come on. But yeah, people retire and have money to do what? Drink, travel, spend out at restaurants, go on bad dates. If you're in your 60s and you're single like I am, I consider myself solo. A solo journeyer is not looking to hook up. Because if I look back at my life and I make sure my memory is intact, I can see how men were more trouble than they were worth, all thanks to my hormones. And that now that I'm stable, I get plenty of sleep, that I have 2 grown children who have adapted to their lives and are succeeding in reaching their potentials in whatever they're doing and reaching their happiness quotient and doing what they do with their lives, whatever. Um, I'm going, the fantasy certainly is nice, but the reality, no thanks. I don't want to be FUCKED'd. No. A man won't have anything to do with you unless that's what you're going to do with him. And I won't have anything to do with him below the waist until he meets me here and here. I have to have a meeting of the mind's eye. Okay? We have to do like a disclosure day thing, like where we reach across the time and our hands are like, and then we like have just this kundalini thing and like, oh, I know you, that sort of thing. So the disclosure is, aliens have already been here. They gave us this shitty technology. We're actually devolving. They're changing our history. They're rewiring the human brain. They're filling everybody with heavy metals so that your transmittance towers, so that it runs on the internet. You're the Internet of Things. You're a thing. Your body is a thing. You may have a soul. You may be squished into this body, but guess what? It runs on DNA. It runs on electromagnetic energy. It's electrochemical. It's magnetic. If you're in a bad mood, you're just going to attract people with bad moods. If you have narcissistic bait written across your forehead because you had a narc mom who you know is going to have a really, really terrible life review. And I wish I could actually be on the council watching her squirm in her seat when she has her life review. What am I going to say? Good job being a CUNT to your daughters. Good job ruining 3 lives out of 4. Good job making things so difficult that life itself was even more difficult, but you made it harder by being a saboteur and telling people that were your offspring to go in the wrong direction. She's the type of person who wouldn't throw you a life buoy she would throw you an anvil if you were drowning. She would throw you a cement brick if you were drowning. That's the type of mother she was. Terrible person. Terrible. Oh, terrible. And funny as FUCK. Looking back at it now, she's going to have a life review. She's going to find out how much she's detested. She's going to find out what her 2 older daughters, what my sisters did when she was in having a stroke. She's going to find out that it was my other sister who took the ring and then returned it. That all makes sense to me in spirit. There's a whole story about that. Yep, it was my, I got blamed for it. Then it got returned, and then she came and said, my mother, oh, well, you finally returned it. And then she was all happy and bubbly, and I just looked at her like, you were a big, huge CUNT. I did not take that ring. And then my CUNT sister later confessed, oh, it was I. And I just felt so bad that you took the rap. Oh, and I snuck it back. And I just felt so terrible that you took the rap, Kat. But I returned it. Yeah, what a bitch. So when you find out when you're older and it's too late that your life has been set up to fail from the beginning, you go, so I wrote that in my effing chart. I agreed to this. I agreed to this, SHIT. I agreed to this. No, we were duped. We did not agree to it so that we could have a hard life and that we could advance as spiritual souls, because life was just so difficult and filled with so much hardship and so many strikes against us that our own mother was an enemy who led us away from our skill so she could feel better about herself. No, I don't buy it. I I don't buy it. I think I was given a shitty deal or a shittier deal, and I took the shitty deal. And I came back with some memory. So it's like, when you want to come back with memory, you better pay. You're going to pay the fiddler. You come back with memory, you're going to be dealing with a lot of stupid people, incredibly stupid family members. Like 2020 comes along, don't do this. They're lying. Remember the Spanish fluenza? Remember the whole show in 1917 and 1918? It's going to last 2 years, everybody. It's not going to be 2 weeks. It's not going to be 2 months. It's going to be 2 years. They're going to follow that same script, just like in Hollywood. They don't change it. So I think Disclosure Day, what I might be disappointed in is that I'm going to sit there and watch the entire movie with everybody believing that our government is out for us. I'm not an anarchist, but wouldn't it be nice to get rid of every last politician and start new? But then, you know what? How many people would be out of a job? All those lobbyists. What do you want to be when you grow up, Mary? Oh, I want to go to Washington, D.C. and work for a corrupt politician, believing that I'm doing something wonderful for the world because I believed the snow job they gave me while I was giving him a blowjob. Monica. Oh my God. What a slut. It's called a blowjob for a reason, girls. You're not supposed to do that unless you're a whore and get paid. Sex is all wrong. Porn is not the way to go. The penis is overpraised. Women's pleasure is emphasized. And it's all about the woman's pleasure. The men have it all wrong, and if they could suck their own dicks, we probably wouldn't be in their lives. That's how shallow they are. They're the gold diggers. That last one I had, he was a male whore. Uh-huh. Yep. The life review. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be comedic. Sure would like to be a fly on the wall or a member of the council watching the people squirm who did me wrong. But you know something? What happens if the life review is all bullshit and doesn't really happen? And that's what we went through just to come back. We think in choosing lives, we think only to get duped again into having crap again. All right. If you're not born into a wealthy family that can put you through school and fund your education and give you a leg up and enough money to be able to like do a business endeavor, money, then forget it. There's no reason to be here. There's no reason. It's a losing proposition. What, you're here to suffer, to be a battery of suffering, to feed the off gas, frustration, and so that the loose eaters, the unseen, you know, the ones that like mess with people that are playing with guns and tequila at the same time, you know, the bad spirits. That's the real disclosure, that there are bad spirits, that they've never left, that they influence people, that if you're a child of a narcissist, every single man you're with will be influenced by demons to do you wrong. Every single man will do a good person wrong. A good woman who has a narcissistic, pathological narcissist that's a mother has the programming to be a nice person, to be empathetic. And she will attract the biggest cads that exist, and they will do her wrong. And so every single day I wake up without a big galoot or skinny reptile with toe fungus or a complaining Eeyore with saggy face and baggy eyes, looking so sad that life just gave them a bad hand to play with. Every day I wake up with those out of my life is a good day. So I go, huh. So it's really about what life isn't, not what life is, that determines how good it is. Yeah. I don't have crap in it. I don't have all these shitty people in it. It makes for a good life. The absence of a-holes. The absence of men who bring the woman down. And I've had men say, oh, you really want, it's you really want a man. Yeah, you really want a woman. You know, when you tell me what I really want, I know what you really want. And why are you listening to women over 50 are better off single? And then telling me it's my problem? Why are you listening to me? And then telling me it's my problem. It is my problem. There aren't enough healthy men on the planet to go around. In fact, maybe there aren't any. Maybe they only become healthy when they listen to a wise woman. But every single low-life Y chromosome gendered person I've been with has always sought to bring me down. Every single one. So I don't have any faith in any of you. None. Don't get drunk on spirits, fellas. Jack off in the shower. Don't make her do it all the time. Hold it. Earn it. Deserve it. Do something to deserve it. A woman does not exist to give you pleasure. And when we see a penis, the first thing we do is not want to suck it, okay? It's ugly. Learn some technique, guys. Like communication skills. And then when you marry her, it doesn't mean you've got pussy in bed at any time or any hour and you no longer kiss her or give her romance. Jerk-offs. Guys are so dumb. You guys are so stupid. Yeah. You say I do and then you stop. All she needs is a compliment. All she needs for you to say, I love you and thank you for everything you do. But instead, you punish her more because you're mad at her for not being your mommy. That's what happens, guys. And we all know it, including you. So that's what has to change. You know what has to change? You guys. You guys are who ruins relationships. You guys. Now, if you have a woman in your life like my mother, then she's going to ruin your life. And the way I see things, you have two types of relationships on this planet. Shitty women with great men and great women with shitty men. Why aren't the shitty men with the shitty women? I don't know. And why aren't the great men with the great women? I don't know. That's what sucks about planet Earth. We're all attracted to each other's wound. And then if you haven't got spiritual chutzpah, if you haven't got a spiritual backbone, then you're going to fold. And you're going to take it out on your person. You're going to be mean and vindictive and cruel and a royal PRICK toward your woman because you lack spiritual backbone and you lack spiritual strength and you're weak. And that's what happens on this planet to the men. They're weak. They're fed by porn. They had their penis chopped off, de-tipped. They got mutilated at birth. Not my son. Not my son. He's not mutilated. I knew better. And what did they do when he was born? Whisked him away so they could suck off his blood. And as if the umbilical cord wasn't enough, they had to take that blonde-haired, blue-eyed, perfect specimen of an Aryan race. And what did they do? They had to put needles in his feet and take out more. Hospitals are sick. Anyway, good morning. What do I think about what's happening on the planet? Get ready. It hasn't even gotten bad yet.